basically, once I completed this album, I knew that Mary, I promised to help her. Then I'm still thinking about this little seed poem, the poem about child abuse from Mary. And, she's excited about my album that I did. And I'm going, if we can get something out there, a record, and we can get the newspapers to cover, I know we can do that. And radio people to play it because I know how to get some airplay going on here and do some interviews and things on shows. Then we could talk about footprints too, and that you're the author of Footprints in the Sand. So that's what happened. I wrote a song called Momma, Don't You Love Me, inspired by a little seed. And it was sad. It was a sad song. The other layer of this is to donate some of the money to child abuse organizations, visit child abuse organizations, put together concerts, and then we need a nonprofit. I formed a group called Entertainers Against Child Abuse, which is a 501c, and I was able to do that through help from the library and Washington, D.C. Put that together. We were in Buena Park, which that's where Disney, all that's around there, and Knott's Berry Farm. We were able to get that in the paper about Mary being the author of Footprints in the Sand, the Mama Don't You Love Me song taking off. And then I received more awards from the California Country Music Association. I was the Record of the Year, Female of the Year, Entertainer of the Year, Song of the Year. It was wonderful doing this, getting the attention that we needed for Footprints. Mary was working on her book called White Cracker. It was called White Cracker because when she was little, she was starving. Her mom died, her dad was a stevedore. It was during the Depression, and her dad would leave them enough money, the oldest one, Helen, enough money to feed the rest of them, 5 altogether, and Helen would run out of money, run out of food, line them up and have them all drink water. And when people would put tar on their roofs in the summertime, those kids would all be up there on those roofs eating the tar off of those people's roof. And Mary said they called us tar babies. And she said we were starving. And we knew if you asked for help, they would send you away and you couldn't be together. She says, no, we didn't want to divide and separate our family. She asked these little kids, that were little black kids standing on the street corner. They were tap dancing and people were paying them. She said, will you teach me how to do that? And they said, okay, yeah, we can do that. And they gave her the name White Cracker. She wanted to dance to feed her family. And when they called her, dance, White Cracker, dance. The blonde hair, blue eyes, dancing like they danced, because she was good at tap dancing. She used that tap dancing even later on in life and became a burlesque dancer. There's a lot of things about the woman who was 14 when she wrote Footprints, but had to survive. She was able to take this Footprints poem and get it out to many, many people in many areas because she moved around. And as she moved around, she wrote the poem, gave him a copy, wrote the poem, gave him a copy. She was even in Oklahoma. She moved away from a husband who beat her, starved her. She took her little child, her little boy. They went to Oklahoma, and the Native Americans there were very good to her. They called her Straw Squaw. But she made items and knitted and beads, and she learned how to do that and also give them the Footprints poems. So Footprints poem was traveling all over the place. When Mary went back she's from Chester, Pennsylvania, she went back there because her brother was going to be in the war, and the family said, we want you to come back and see him before he has to go into the, World War II. And so basically Mary did. She got sick when she came back because she came back to a house with no furniture, nothing. She went to the hospital. Her abusive husband, he took the kid away from her. So Mary was left with her dancing and a broken heart. She went to the truck and she danced. And my project with her is to tell the story about Footprints in the Sand the author, from my journey. I want to go out and touch more lives and talk to more people where the poem Footprints in the Sand has touched their life and how and to what degree. And I want to go to Chester, Pennsylvania, and to the Troc in Philadelphia, which is still there. I'm doing this journey little by little. I'm finding out more things about Mary, footprints, and how footprints has affected people. This is part of who I am and what I've been doing.